there's one thing I like to teach about coming onto the yoga mat, it's that we're being invited to come into a place of greater awareness of who we are, of what we think, of how we feel. And the more I do this work, the more I am absolutely convinced that our health and well-being and our happiness in this life, in this world, depends on one thing: our thoughts. Our thoughts. And that we have control over our thoughts, but we have not been trained how to have control over our thoughts. They're doing that with kids nowadays. They're teaching mindfulness in schools. But us as adults, we didn't have the benefit of this. So we have a lot of bad habits, bad mental patterns that we're now trying to undo. And the yoga mat is a beautiful place to practice this. So if it's about thought, it's about your perspective. That you always have a choice of looking at your life from different perspectives. And I'm going to share one of my perspectives with you this morning. You may not share it, and that's okay. But if nothing else, I'm going to challenge you. Einstein has a quote, and he says, there's two ways of looking at life. One is as if nothing's a miracle. And one is as if everything is a miracle. And I really choose the latter. I feel like in my life, I see miracles around me all the time. Tiny, beautiful little miracles. Whether it's just the friend showing up with the words of wisdom that I need right at that moment. Whether it's picking up a penny on the sidewalk saying, okay, more money's coming into my life. Or an opportunity appears that I needed, but I had no control over, and it just arrives at just the right time. And I look at these as miracles, and it reinforces my belief that I'm not totally in control of what's happening. I believe there is almost like this universal force of love trying to support each of us. And we either open our arms and receive this love from the people around us, from the unseen people around us. And when you live with that framework, that perspective, life becomes a lot more special. So the other day I was taking a walk down the street. I just needed to clear my mind. It's been a time of a lot of change. It just continues to be changing. And my dad, who passed away 6 years ago, I connect to my father. I believe he is around me, trying to do his best to support me. And so I'm going on this walk I needed a sign. And lo and behold, I forgot to bring it with me. But there's a greeting card on the sidewalk by 5 corners right next to a garbage can. And it's in perfect greeting card in this perfect little plastic sheath, the words D-A-D in like these gold little like sparkly thing. And I'm like, oh my God, Dad. And I see this card, I'm like, oh, Dad. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, right before that I found a quarter, not a penny, I found a quarter. I was like, okay. So I take a picture of this greeting card. I'm like, awesome. Thanks, Dad. And then I look around and I'm like, what is going on here? There's these other greeting cards like in the leaves. And so I start pulling out these cards, and a couple of them had these incredible messages. And one was like, I'm here to affirm how much courage you have, to offer you hope, to tell you that it's all going to be okay. And I'm like, oh, Dad! So I collect these cards. And lo and behold, like an hour later, I'm heading to a luncheon that was all about writing letters of kindness. It's a woman who was visiting town to do a special thing about a mindfulness practice of writing kind words to friends. I was like, I'll take the cards with me. Maybe I need them to write these kindness letters. And as the woman's explaining the practice, she goes, this is all inspired by my father. My father said a few kind words could change a life. And she goes, and I didn't really understand it until I started this practice. And I'm sitting there going, oh my God, yeah, dad. And so I have to share my story about the dad card, okay? I get home from the luncheon, and I find out that my best friend from childhood, that his father had just passed the night before. I was like, okay. So I take my dad card and I send it to her with a note, and I'm like, okay, dads are everywhere right now. And then my best friend in Marblehead, her father is on the doorstep about to pass away, like today, tomorrow. So I send the card to her, and it's like, in one day, this energy of dad was all around me. I'm choosing to see that. I'm choosing to take a moment to create something beautiful, which someone might be like, oh, just a greeting card on the you make no connection. But if you want to see these beautiful connections in our lives, they're all around us. And to me, that's what brings me such meaning and such joy, is that even when the outer world is not perfect, I do struggle growing my business and getting the money I need in the door. I do struggle with these things. But on some deeper level, I feel surrounded by these signs, by these miracles that say, don't worry, you're okay. You're on the right path. You are loved. You have people around you supporting you. And that is my perspective, one of them. But I think it's one of the most enriching perspectives I have chosen. And I've cultivated it. I didn't always live with this perspective. I think there were years I never saw these signs, and I suspect they were all around me all the time. But once I started tapping into it and allowing myself to see them, and I've grown in trust. It's allowed me to trust more and more that things are happening the way they need to. And so I just share that because it offers me great hope and support in times when I need it most. And when the good times are good, they're really good. And when they're not so good, I get the signs. And it buoys me just a little bit, or a lot, actually. So, let's do a little reflection, a little short meditation. You can take it seated if your legs are tweaky, switch positions, come on your back if you want to. When I do a seated meditation, I like to encourage having the palms up towards the sky, either fingers completely open, but it's a reminder that we're opening ourselves up. That just for a few moments, few minutes, we're going to let go of everything we think we know and just connect to a deeper sense of being in our body, being with our breath, and just allowing a sense of deeper connection and calm to sink into every cell of our bodies. So start your awareness at your feet and your legs. Feel the connection to the earth, supporting you, something strong and stable beneath you. If you're seated, feel your spine supporting you and lifting you and holding you up. And let your chest be broad, but your shoulders relaxed. Present yourself to you. You are worthy. This moment is only for you. and the crown of your head reaching towards the sky, reminding you that there are infinite possibilities all around you. And every breath is like a wave of love flowing through you, helping to open you and release you. So draw your awareness to the inhale, exhale, release. Another deep inhale, fill yourself with the possibilities and let go. Let it flow. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. This basic element of life flowing through you. Inhaling, exhaling. One last full breath and hold it at the top. Hold it at the very top. Expand even more. Hold it and let go. And then just return to a natural breath. And just watch the rhythms of your body. Relaxing your shoulders again, relaxing your jaw, softening the expression on your face. Aware of how it feels to be in this moment of silence and stillness. Whatever is here for you is okay, even if it's uncomfortable. It's okay. Your hands are offering compassion and kindness to all parts of yourself in this moment.
Whose phone is that?
That's just a reminder that when we have distractions, we can just allow them to be and not get off course. It's okay. You just come back home. That too was a sign. It's a sign. Don't let the small distractions throw you off course. It's true. But I'm going to invite all of you. We all want the signs. So what is one thing in your life that's important to you where you'd like a sign, an affirmation that sends some special message like you're not alone. Honey, I'm with you. It's all okay. You can do it. Whatever that thing is that you need to hear, feel, believe, and ask for the sign. Just ask for a sign. Please give me a sign. Send it out into the universe. And then believe. Live in the magic of this moment that anything is possible. And then imagine you receive the sign, you smile, you're like, yes, she was right. And you draw your hands together in prayer position, heart center, in gratitude for this beautiful world we live in, this beautiful life we share together. Take a deep breath in, open mouth, exhale. Thank you.